All right, here we go. I got my side-by-side, my Can-Am XDS Turbo. I'm gonna load it into the Wells Fargo trailer. The truck's sitting really good. And it looks, it looks good. So we're gonna load these suckers up. I think we're 4,000 to 4,500 pounds. We'll head up the canyon. And I wanna see how this thing pulls. I wanna see if it maintains speed good, and I wanna see what the mileage is pulling. You know, because I think that's important to you guys. Whoever's looking at this truck, like, I think they're gonna do some light duty pulling, and a Razor is a perfect example. So we'll get these things loaded up and we'll be on our way. But honestly, it looks good. You know, the truck looks good on the trailer. It looks like it could pull it. So let's go for a cruise. All right, cool. All right, guys. So one thing you gotta love about these modern trucks for towing is the backup camera. And having a good one is just the freaking bomb. You can literally get that trailer right up to the freaking hitch. Just like that. I mean, that is awesome. So anyways, backup cameras on trucks, a good thing. All right, let's get this hooked up, get my side-by-side inside, and go for a tow. All right, guys, we're at the mouth of Provo Canyon. Let's see how this guy does. Resetting the fuel economy. Oh, turn down the radio. We will see how she does. So this canyon's about 55 is the speed limit. I'm gonna hit it about 60 miles an hour, 55, 60 miles an hour. I'm gonna set the cruise and I'm gonna see what it does. We're pulling, I looked up the trailer, we're pulling close to 5,000 pounds, and then plus it's an enclosed, so it's grabbing some wind. But I think this will be a fun test for this truck. It feels good pulling. Just getting here, it's got good torque. This is where you feel that 369 foot-pounds of torque. Which is why you'd go with the Duramax diesel is for pulling. So it's doing it relatively good. I want to see how this truck, the mileage it gets, and I also want to see how easy it pulls. So we're getting up to speed here. Let's get the cruise set. All right, 60 miles an hour. Let's see, set at 60. I like how the cruise on the display, it does show you in just digitally, and you can just set it up. But okay, so we're in the canyon. It's a beautiful day here in Utah. Finally, the weather's been pretty crazy. Well, let's hit this canyon and let's see real world towing how it does. I was impressed with the gas mileage of the truck and just regular driving. I mean, 22 to, it's probably, I'd say 24 miles a gallon is what you're gonna average on this truck, and that is definitely impressive. It's comfortable and it's quiet in here. I know I said that already, but so towing, every truck that I get in and towing, man, it just, they definitely suffer on towing, but let's see what it gets. I will say this, it's holding 60 miles an hour really good right now. Really good. So right now we're at 10.6. Again, we're pulling 5,000 pounds. My big Duramax, it probably gets a little better than that actually, but it's got, you know, freaking 3 times the horsepower. But, and it just shifted down. It knew when I connected the trailer, all the new stuff is cool. It knew the trailer was connected. And it put it, I think, in tow mode. So yeah, about 10.2 is where we're at right now. So granted, this is uphill, so keep that in mind. This isn't just like cruising on the highway. We're at about 2,600 RPMs. And I think we're in 5th. I think it's shifted down. It's not in its other gear, in its 6th gear. It is doing it effortlessly though. It's not having any trouble pulling the trailer, which I like. Hopefully you guys are getting a good shot of the beautiful scenery. 10.1. You know, and what I'll do, I'll probably fast forward this video through some of this. I'll turn back around and get the average miles of going up and down the canyon, and that should help figure it out. We're down to 9.7. So again, uphill in a canyon, so not super, you know, this is tough conditions for it. But yeah, it's holding 60 miles an hour great. It didn't really slow down at all. It shifted down, but it didn't slow down at all. Looks like it's going to shift back down again here. 10 miles a gallon. But for a guy that's driving this in the city most of the time, occasionally pulling on the weekends, you know, all the other trucks are the same. Your F-150s, your full-size Chevy, the newer diesels, the bigger diesels, they get a little bit better gas mileage towing, I think. But they're worse when they're unhooked. And most of the if you're mostly unhooked, if you're mostly just driving it as a daily driver, this truck's going to do better. And it definitely is easier to drive. I noticed when I hooked it up to the trailer, I had kind of a tight turn, and because the truck's so small, has a great turning radius, I was able just to whip around. I thought I was going to have to do, you know, back and forth 20 times, and I was able to make the turning circle and turn and get my trailer out. So that was definitely impressive. The turning circle on the truck hooked to the trailer was great. Okay, well, we'll probably just fast forward from here. I'm going to get to a place to turn around, and then we're going to head back down and see how that goes. All right, so I'm almost to the top, to the turnaround spot. It's actually liking to go a little faster than I was going. It seems like if I give it a little more RPM, that it's doing better. So I'm at 10.5 miles a gallon right now. We've done 8.7 miles. It's pulling good. I would say that this is on par with like your older 5.3 V8. Some of your older V8s, this thing's pulling. It feels like similar power to one of those trucks, and it's pulling good. Like, it feels comfortable. Like, the trailer doesn't feel heavy back there. It feels really nice. So gas mileage aside, and like I said, we're going to be fair. We got to go back down and see what it is at the bottom. But man, yeah, it's cruising. It's cruising up this canyon. The diesel doesn't make the best sound. It's not the best sounding engine, but it's not bad. But that torque is awesome. No, we'll stay in this lane. Yeah, it's pulling really nice. It's pulling nice. It feels really comfortable. I feel really secure pulling this much weight in this trailer. It's just cruising, man. And we're up to 70 miles an hour, and it's just motoring. So yeah, definitely has the power to pull what you want to pull, the 7,000 pounds or the 7,700 pounds. So we're about to the turn off where we go ride side by side. So let's get up here. We'll get turned around and head back down. Okay, back down the canyon. Like I said, it's a beautiful day here in Utah. Let's see how this guy does. So we're about 10.6 to the top of the canyon. It was about, 10.3. We went about 10.5 miles. So now let's go back down and let's put it through its paces. It feels really good. It's towing really well. It's controlling the trailer really well. That's what I'm feeling. I just feel like it's so easy to drive. This size of truck, man, it's easy to drive. It just feels good. I'm really impressed. I don't think your Toyota Tacoma is gonna tow like that thing just did up the canyon. I'll have to grab one and see. But man, I think Chevy should be proud of this truck. This is impressive. All right, so 60 miles an hour. We were at 10.3 at the top. Let's go back down. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to talk about on this thing. The tonneau cover install, which hopefully you saw the video on that. It went really well. That Pace Edwards tonneau cover is the bomb. I like how easy it retracts and pulls out. Yeah, this thing is... I'd buy one. If I needed a smaller truck like this, I mean, this is cool. It's cool because, you know, 90% of the time, most of you guys probably aren't towing. I don't know every situation, but I know that I'm not towing. And if this is your daily driver, man, what a nice daily driver that has so much other things it can do so well. So much practicality and space and cargo and pulling anything you need to pull. And like I said, it just feels solid. Like, I feel like really confident pulling the trailer with this truck. It's a decently heavy load. So yeah, I think anybody that's thinking about like a nice daily driver, you get a tax write-off for a truck like this in the US, a nice daily driver that could still have some good utility, you gotta look at the Colorado and the Canyon, man. It's sweet. This Duramax, it's good, man. All right, 11 miles to the gallon. So we're going up a little bit. Possible ice, drive with care. So temperature has dropped. Really good ride. All right, well, let's check in at the bottom. You guys don't need to listen to me talk the whole time, so we'll check in at the bottom and see how it does. All right, so we're getting close to the bottom of the canyon here. I thought I'd just wrap this up, give you my final thoughts. Thanks for watching my review of the GMC Canyon Denali. Please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. We're dang near 13 miles a gallon, and I was just thinking why I paused the video camera. This is pulling better than my 2012 Tundra with a 5.7 liter. And that's pretty dang impressive. And I feel so confident in this truck too. Like, it's handling the weight really well. And man, I'm impressed with this Duramax diesel. It's working great. Isuzu has always made great engines with Chevy, and this thing is a winner. Go and drive it. Go and drive this new diesel mid-size truck. I don't think there's any way I could buy a Tacoma over this. I'm just saying it. I hope I'm not offending anybody. The Tacoma looks great. I like the Tacoma's interior is nice too, but this truck is impressive. And the fact that it's such a nice daily driver and a good size, and it was so easy to hook up to the trailer and turn with the trailer, and the fact that it's going up this it's also pulling better than I had a 2010 Raptor with a 5.4 liter V8 older tech. It's pulling better than that. It's pulling better than that. It's pulling better than my Tundra. I mean, this thing is awesome. That's a pretty big four-cylinder too. A 2.8 is not. That's a good size for a four-cylinder. So yeah, impressive, guys. Don't dismiss it. Go and check this truck out. It's worth a look. I'm really impressed, and it's so comfortable. It's got a great ride for a truck. But yeah, bottom of the canyon now. We're about 13.5 miles a gallon, pulling, you know, roughly 5,000 pounds, and it's an enclosed, which pulls heavier. And I'll say that it's just, yeah, it's just working. It's working good. So that's it for my towing review. I'm impressed. So if you're looking at a Tacoma or a smaller truck, take a look at the Duramax. The Duramax Canyon. It's money. All right, guys. Peace.